The world stood still as each plane hit like a missile, flying through those towers, turning steel into tissue. People staring from the ground in shock and horror. Rescue rushing past faces covered in powder. Ground Zero, the home of devastation and profound heroes, but the springboard of the war on terror, exploiting pain and fear to peddle a cycle of violence forever. For every victim of 9/11 and 7/7, there is a faceless nation of third-world civilians no one remembers. But we do. So never forget. Never forget the false flags and pretexts the West uses to send troops, drones, and jets to bomb your homes and liberate us from our last breath. Never forget. Torture prisons built to coerce confessions out of Muslim men guilty until proven innocent with no trials and no courts. Guantanamo is still open and they have no remorse. Never forget. Western lives are worth more, but only when it suits government agendas. That's why the victims of 9/11 are honored, but the first responders still die from the chemicals they breathed in on that day in September. I guess the healthcare of their heroes is just too much to remember. Never forget, there is a war on Islam, but they call it terror. They fear the unity of the Muslims more than ever, but as they plot, Allah plans and destroys all their efforts. Never forget, the media propaganda attacking our values portrayed us backwards, shedding crocodile tears and treating us like a cancer, radicalizing their masses to hate us blindly so they can't stand us. Never forget how they drop freedom on us with drones, bring peace with bombs that turn life into rubble and stone. They vilify jihad and glorify war. Our struggle has been for the truth, their struggles to take more. Never forget. They say it's all about the people, but when the people want Islam, they paint all of us as evil. So what rhymes with democracy? Hypocrisy. The system is rigged when they treat our homelands like a game of Monopoly. Never forget. The Patriot Act, Prevent and Schedule 7. Remember how they use fear to take away our voices and to teach us a lesson. Never forget the random searches at the airport. Never forget Abu Ghraib. Never forget every Muslim ruler that betrayed this ummah just to get paid. Never forget that this war on terror is a war on our deen. There is no Captain America, no heroic Marines, just a red skull in a White House with a war machine. Freedom is a cold word, but what does it mean? It means that for the West to stay in power, our destruction is what they need. But remember, capitalism's still acting like the boss, after taking loss after loss. Nobody wants their version of freedom, just like nobody wanted their cross. So remember, we are people without a state for over 100 years, and yet our faith stands firm in the face of every attempt to take it away. Remember that any other nation faced with this level of devastation that we are faced with would crumble under the pressure like a foundation. Remember, we are the nation of Muhammad. Our martyrs, they do not die. Our oppressed, they give us drive. We hold on to this burning coal like the stars in the sky. They cannot kill the truth that is buried deep inside. Remember that our people defeated the strongest armies in the world with AKs and sandals. We dismantled superpowers with almost nothing but Iman and a handful of ammo. I can't even explain the way we felt the day we saw the West take an L, running scared with their tails tucked between their legs. Freedom has failed. Remember, the weaker they try to make us, the stronger we become. Their war of terror is almost done, because this ummah story has just begun.